There is a truth the world often buries beneath noise. Expectations and comparison. You are already enough, not because of what you've done, not because of what others say about you, but because you exist. And your existence alone is worthy of love, respect, and value. Self-love isn't arrogance, it's not ego. It's not a mask you wear to seem confident. It's a quiet, unshakable belief that you are worthy, not just on your good days, not just when you achieve, but always. Self-worth is the foundation of every decision you make. When you don't value yourself, you accept less, settle more, and live in emotional debt, constantly overdrawing your energy and giving more than you receive. You are not a project to be fixed. You are not broken. You are becoming. Loving yourself is not selfish, it's essential. Because when you begin to see yourself clearly, with compassion instead of criticism, the world around you shifts. Your relationships become healthier. Your standards rise. Your inner peace grows. The voice in your head that whispers, "I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough." That voice is not the truth. That voice is a wound. And you have the power to heal it. You heal it by speaking to yourself with kindness, by setting boundaries, by letting go of people who don't see your worth, by standing in front of the mirror and choosing love over judgment. This journey doesn't require perfection. It requires presence. So today I ask you to stop waiting for permission to love yourself. You don't need to earn your worth. You already have it. You don't need someone else to approve of you. Approve of yourself. You don't need to chase validation. Come home to your own heart. Because the day you choose to love yourself fully, deeply, unconditionally, is the day you finally become free. You are already enough from the moment you were born. You carried value. Before you earned a degree, got a job, or received praise, you were enough. But society teaches us to attach our worth to external things: beauty, wealth, success, relationships. So we chase more, thinking if we get that one thing, then we'll be worthy. But the truth is, nothing you gain can make you more valuable, and nothing you lose can take away your worth. You are not your failures, you are your past. You are not defined by someone else's inability to see your light. You are already enough, as you are where you are right now. This doesn't mean you stop. Growth is beautiful, but growth built on a foundation of worthiness is healing, power-freeing. Growth driven by shame only leads to burnout and emptiness. Every time you doubt your worth, pause and ask, who told me I wasn't enough? Was it a childhood experience, a comparison on social media, a relationship where you were treated less than you deserved? Identify the root and begin to rewrite the narrative, because no one can give you worth and no one can take it away. You were enough before anyone had an opinion about you, and you'll still be enough long after those opinions fade. Self-love is not selfish, it's survival. We often confuse self-love with selfishness, as if prioritizing ourselves means neglecting others. But the truth is, self-love is the opposite of selfish. It's what allows you to show up for others without losing yourself. Imagine pouring water from a cup until it's empty and still trying to give. That's what living without self-love feels like. Exhausting, depleting, unsustainable. Self-love means resting when you're tired, saying no when something doesn't align with your peace, celebrating your wins, even if no one else does. It means feeding your soul, not just your responsibilities. It's about being the person for yourself that you've always needed, the nurturing parent, the encouraging friend, the kind partner. Instead of waiting for others to rescue you, you become your own safe space. The world will constantly ask you to give more, do more, be more. But you must protect your own energy like it's sacred, because it is. Self-love helps you walk away from toxic people and situations. Not because you're better than anyone, but because you know your peace is priceless. When you love yourself, you set standards, you recognize red flags, you stop betraying yourself just to keep others comfortable. This isn't selfish, this is survival. This is sanity, this is strength. And the more you love yourself, the more love you have to give from a full, authentic place. The inner critic is not the truth. We all have an inner voice. Sometimes it's kind, but too often it's harsh. It says things we would never say to someone we love. From the Catholics, "You're not good and always fail. Why even try?" But here's the truth, that voice is not you. That's your programming, your past, your pain. It's the echo of old wounds, maybe from childhood trauma, rejection, or criticism. When left unchecked, this inner critic becomes the narrator of your life. It influences your choices, kills your confidence, and convinces you to stay smaller, but we have the power to challenge it. The next time that voice speaks, ask, is this true? Or is this fear? Is this fact? Or just a story I've believed for too long? Then replace the criticism with compassion. Instead of, "I'm such a failure," say, "I made a mistake and I'm learning." Instead of, "I'm not good enough," say, "I am growing and worthy at every step." Speak to yourself like you would speak to your best friend. Gently, kindly, supportively. The inner critic feeds on silence, but self-love speaks back. It defends your heart from lies. It becomes your inner ally. You can't always control the first thought, But you can always choose the second. Choose truth, choose grace, choose a voice that uplifts instead of tears down. Because when your self-talk changes, your entire life changes. You teach the world how to treat you. One of the most overlooked truths is this: people treat you the way you allow them to. If you constantly ignore your own needs, stay silent when hurt, or accept disrespect, you teach the world that your boundaries are optional. Your relationship with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship in your life. When you respect yourself, you naturally attract and maintain relationships that reflect that respect. When you believe you're worthy of love, kindness, and honesty, you stop tolerating anything less. Think of it like a blueprint. How you treat yourself becomes the model others follow. If you speak negatively about yourself, others might think it's okay to do the same. If you never prioritize your time, others will feel free to waste it. But when you treat yourself with care, people rise to meet your standards, or they exit your life. This isn't about ego, it's about self-respect. You don't need to beg for kindness, loyalty, or love. You embody it. And when someone can't meet you there, you don't lower your worth. You walk away with your held high. Every boundary you set is a declaration of self-worth. Every time you say no to what doesn't serve you, you say yes to your peace. Remember, the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. Make it healthy. Make it honest. Make it loving. The world is watching, so teach it well. Healing begins with self-acceptance. We often believe healing starts with fixing ourselves, but true healing starts with accepting ourselves as we are right now. Not once we lose the weight, get the promotion, or stop making mistakes, but today, imperfect, unfiltered, real. Acceptance isn't about giving up on growth. It's about creating a safe space within yourself where growth can actually happen. When you constantly shame yourself for not being there, yet you stay stuck. You live in resistance, but when you embrace who you are, even your flaws, fears, and failures, you open the door to transformation. Self-acceptance is saying, I may not be perfect, but I am worthy of love and kindness, especially from myself. It means forgiving yourself, holding space for your past, letting go of the guilt that's weighed you down for years. Because healing doesn't happen in self-hatred, it happens in love. Some wounds need more than time, they need tenderness. And who better to give that than you? Speak to the parts of yourself you've ignored. Hold your own hand through the healing. Become yoga supporter, not just support just when you win, but when you fall. You are allowed to be a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. And the first step to becoming who you're meant to be is loving who you already are. Standards are a reflection of self-worth. Your standards are silent messengers of how you see yourself. What you accept in relationships and work and how people treat you is often a reflection of your internal beliefs. When your self-worth is low, you tolerate things that drain your soul. You make excuses for bad behavior. You settle for just enough love, just enough respect, just enough care, because somewhere inside you don't believe you deserve more. But the truth is, you get what you believe you're worthy of. When you raise your standards, you stop settling, you stop chasing, you stop begging for crumbs when you were made for the feast. High standards aren't about being demanding. They're about self-respect. They're about knowing your value and refusing to compromise it. Even if that means being alone for a while, walking away from a job that underpays you, or letting go of someone who doesn't value your heart. Don't be afraid to say, this is not enough for me. Not because you're ungrateful, but because you finally recognize your worth. And the beautiful thing, when you raise your standards, the universe rises to meet you. Better people, better opportunities, better outcomes start aligning with the energy you carry. So ask yourself, what am I settling for that I would never want for someone I love? Then set the standard and stick to it, because your worth isn't negotiable.